I'm Liv Hornekær. I'm associate professor at Aarhus University. I've had two different ERC grants, an ERC starting grant, and now I have an ERC consolidator grant. So my research is centered on the interaction of hydrogen with carbonaceous materials, both for looking at reactions in interstellar space, so in the areas between stars, but also on trying to develop new carbon-based materials or control the electronic and chemical properties of these materials for applications. So the most important effect of the ERC grants is that they allow you to really concentrate on the parts of the research that you're truly interested in for a long period of time. When I got my first ERC grant, the aim was to investigate a completely new process for molecular hydrogen formation in the interstellar medium, and we also did show that that worked, so that was a huge breakthrough and also had impact on other groups in Europe that are now looking or continuing this research. But we also found out the knowledge we gained allowed us to develop a completely new method for controlling electronic properties of graphene, a new wonder material. And this sudden new idea, we were able to follow up on that immediately because we had the ERC grant. And again, this resulted in a very high gain result where we really developed this new method, and we were able to publish that and got a lot of recognition based on that.
My name is Steffen Andersen. I'm a professor of finance at the Department of Finance at Copenhagen Business School. My main research area is household finance, that is how a household makes financial decisions and all the bad decisions they make. So basically my research is focused on how to help households make better decisions. So for me, the concept of high risk and high gain is built into these ERC grants where you have time to reflect and think. If you don't have the time to reflect and think about questions that are really important to answer, then you think about smaller questions that are trivialities, that is not going to move the way that we design financial markets.
My name is Sine Reker Hadrup. I'm working as an associate professor here at DTU. My research group recently received this ERC starting grant, and we are using this to study the interaction between the immune system and cancer cells. I think that the basis of this ERC grant was probably one of the kind of breakthrough moments in my research where I got the idea of generating this technology where we can kind of molecularly encode a lot of different components so that we can describe the interaction that T cells have with cancer cells, for example. And this is also the basis for the ERC grant. And I think when I kind of got this idea, after a few days realized that this could really kind of take us somewhere, because this could open up new opportunities that could provide the discoveries that we were interested in finding. Definitely a high risk, but there's also a high gain if you succeed.
My name is Niels Mailand. I'm a professor at the University of Copenhagen at the Novo Nordisk Foundation Center for Protein Research. I'm a molecular cell biologist. I've received an ERC consolidator grant. My project aims to understand how the cells in our body protect the genes inside the cells, and this is very, very important for keeping us healthy and preventing the onset of multiple severe diseases. A key aspect of my project is that we've been able to develop a new method that actually enables us to now find all the proteins inside our cells that keep the genes safe. And that means that we can now try to understand how cells maintain the genes intact in a much more detailed manner than we've been able to before. So finding out how the genes inside our cells are working is both very complicated but also very time-consuming. So having obtained an ERC grant really allows me to study this in a much more long-term scale. A major aspect of my project has been to develop a completely new method. It's a very risky undertaking, but it turned out to be successful. So now I feel we're in a position to reap all the benefits that the new method actually gives us.